Let's learn the back bridge. This skill couples mobility, strength and coordination and can be greatly used in dynamic practices, such as in acrobatics. So in this video, let's start from 0 and go all the way up to hero.
So welcome to this video in which I want to break down the skill of a full back bridge. Before starting, let's quickly talk about who the bridge is for and why you should even practice it.
Reason number one for learning the back bridge: you actively need it in your sport or discipline, or you really want to have it. Then it makes sense to really practice it.
Reason number two, you're doing a practice where
Working towards a bridge is quite
useful for it. And reason number three, you're a desktop warrior and you simply need something to open up your structures. In this case, you don't need a full back bridge at all, but at least working towards it with the first exercises is quite a thing to have. So the way that this video is structured is that at first I will give you 3 exercises that you can do even if you don't need to master a full back bridge, and then I will give you 2 more exercises to really work on this full back bridge if you want it.
Before diving into the actual skill, let's take care of our wrists. If you're not comfortable really bending your wrists a lot, the bridge can be a little bit too much. So what we will be doing is simply doing some cat paws, walking our wrists back and forth, loading it and already working on this ability to even load the wrists when the fingers look backwards or fully inwards. There is quite a cruel stretch for the wrists, which can be great for you if you have troubles really extending your wrist. Place one arm in front of you and now fingers inwards into the hole of this arm. Now from here you try to bring your palm of the hand towards the floor and really lean away. It's okay if the palm of the hand will lift off, but really working on this whole chain from the fingers all the way up. Give it about 2 or 3 sets per side and hold and pulse for about 20 to 30 seconds. For the second preparation, you just go into a corner of your room. You place one and the other arm on top, and now you really try to lean towards the wall in order to open up your chest and your shoulders. You can play with a little bit wider placement or a little bit higher placement and really try to get a couple of pulses in here for maybe 30 seconds, rest it up and do one more set. So let's start with the first exercise, which are lower rings into a one-arm bridge. Let's start with the one-arm bridge part of the exercise. One arm rotates backwards. My feet placed in a comfortable position. I will now shift on top of the balls of my feet and try to open up my chest as tall as I can. At first maybe it looks something more like this, and this is okay. With time and practice you will manage to open up more and more. Also, I want to now rotate my elbow towards the inside or the outside of the body, depending how you see it. External rotation of the shoulder. I will load the palm of my wrist and I will really try to open up my body as high as I can. Either just holding or giving it a couple of dynamic repetitions here. If the lower portion of the task is okay for you, you can now try to start from a standing position. I will at first try to tap my calves by really just bending into my knees and keeping my body extended. If this is alright, I will work my way down towards my heels, stand up again, until I can do the same thing all the way into the floor, catch myself, and open up holding for about 5 seconds in this one-arm bridge. Now I can either squat down and squat up to standing, or I can try to do a smooth version, arching my way up into standing from the lower bridge position. This task is great because it not only opens up your body, but it also strengthens key positions that are great for bridging and to simply have as a capable human being.
If this one is too hard for you still, simply work with elevation and very slowly work your way down until you can do it on the floor.
Quickly, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and also let me know in the comments. For the second exercise, you need a wall in order to go for wall bridge rotations. The great thing about this task is that on top of the extension, meaning the opening, the arching, there is also now a component of rotation, which is so nice to work on mobility of your spine, especially the thoracic spine, which tends to get a little bit stiffer from all of this. So we start this exercise facing away from the wall, about 50 centimeters from it. I will rotate and I will place one arm against the wall, loading especially the palm of my hand. I try to now only rotate over this palm of the hand while bringing my head towards the wall and back again. If this is too hard, you can also try to aim a little bit higher or even walk closer towards the wall to make it happen. Let's actually now go for a full rotation, placing my hand, rotating, head until the wall and going now onto the other hand, back into standing. Rotating from one to the other side. And if that feels great, let go of the head completely and try to straighten your arms more and more.
When going for the bridge rotation, start very high, focus on a relaxed breathing and work your way down slowly, slowly, slowly. You could even work your way down all the way to the floor. Keep it light and playful and breathe.
The third and last exercise that I recommend for people that actually don't need a full back bridge is actually a stretch of the thigh musculature and the opening of the hip using a wall. This one is quite cruel, but really is necessary to open up the lower portion of the body, especially if it's hard for you to really extend your hips. Place your leg against the wall and sliding your knee down towards the floor. Definitely use a cushion or a pillow in the back leg to spare your joint. I want to make sure that my leg is vertically showing up towards the ceiling. Now from here, lean into your hip like this. Support yourself nicely and really breathe a lot. In this one, breathing is the key to success and relaxation. So you can really find all of this lowering in your hip. If then you feel good, place your leg and really try to work, maybe with a little bit of bouncing, a lot of breathing, a lot of relaxation, so you can really fall into this hip opener. You can even try to do a couple rounds of contract and relax, which basically means I will push my hind leg into the wall for about 5 seconds. Then I will let go, breathe out, and try to sink just a little bit deeper into the stretch. The last thing that you then can try to do is try to push yourself upwards more and more until you can really go fully with your bum against your heel. This could take weeks, if not months, so really take it easy in this one. There is no use in simply muscling yourself up there, but being fully cramped and fully tensed. You also should be in a full state of relaxation here. Definitely a lot of stretch, definitely a lot of sensation of the stretch here, but still so relaxed that I can actually endure it for about a minute or even 2.
Hey you! If you're interested in diving into a dynamic, rich and playful movement practice while learning great skills, then check out my Finding Flow online programs. Apart from the skills, you of course also learn how to mobilize, strengthen and condition your body. And of course, how to find some flow. As a newcomer, check out my Finding Flow Basics or Integration courses, or directly go for the Entry Bundle, a perfect start. If you already bring some skills to the table, check out the Acrobatics Lab online program. Of course, like in all others, all skills are being broken down in high quality videos. This one is really packed. Coming through YouTube, use the code YouTube10 for a 10% discount. And find everything on neilteisner.shop.
So the final two tasks are really for people that actually want to work on the full backwards bridge. Once again, it is a skill that is not necessary to have, but if you need it, if you want it, or if it could be really helpful for you, then let's dive into these ones. Elevated bridges. Now, elevated bridges are great because you don't need to be able to do a full bridge on the floor, but you can use props in order to make it easier. The first one is actually using a box of any form that is quite stable so you can place your legs. I don't have a box, but I have a couch. A couch is great. A couch is very stable. You can sit on it in the times where you don't practice, so you can rest and relax, but it could be anything else. A bench, a table. Make sure that it really is sturdy. To get into the bridge there is different ways. One would be simply lying down on the floor, placing your legs on top of that object, and now from here at first going on top of your head, and then using the strength of your shoulders to push up into a bridge. And already this could be the limiting factor for you. If you don't have the strength to push you up on top of this elevated object, then this task might be not something for you and you need the other one. But at first, let's try to get this one.
Already the start is quite specific. Crawl as close as you can towards the object on top of your head and then press up. Now at first, what I like to do is simply pulse a little bit into my shoulders, open up my chest a little bit, and simply take a couple moments to figure out where I am. Then I like to focus on my breathing and maybe even doing a couple of bridge push-ups. This really helps to build necessary bridging strength. The elevated bridge is great because you can lower yourself more and more until you can slowly bridge on the floor. This is a journey, so really take it slowly and enjoy the small progresses.
The other way of going into the elevated bridge is actually through a handstand. You will go into a handstand and you will fall over. Now this one I really don't recommend if you are not familiar with handstands or even going upside down and then going into the back space. But if you know you can do it and can handle it, you definitely also can try this one.
Swinging up into a bridge and going over the handstand is a skill in itself. So make sure to practice this one super slowly. And let me know if you want to have a video about exactly this one. Now as soon as you land, it's the same thing as before. Take a couple moments to get comfortable, wiggle your shoulders, find a great positioning with your feet, a couple of push-ups, relax, breathe. Stay for about 30 seconds and repeat the whole process 2 or 3 more times.
The second way of elevating your bridge is actually, again, using the help of our good friend, the wall. Now for the wall bridge, you need to be able to swing up into a handstand and then fall backwards against the wall. So if you don't feel very comfortable in this one yet, maybe check out this video and learn to really save a handstand, because then we can go back to this one. The idea is that you start very close to the wall, go into a handstand, and then from here further walk back more and more until you reached your desirable distance from the wall.
You can start the wall bridge quite close to the wall and then only walk back a little bit to get a good feeling. Get familiar in the position like before, a couple wiggles, until you can start to reach down with one leg while pushing with the other. If that feels good, already start further away. Now in this one, really have a lot of loading in your top leg. This will support you so that the other one can reach more and more down until you can hit the floor. Now the tasks in this video were really just the beginning. Once you understand the bridge, you have so many variations to play with. But like everything else, this takes time. Enjoy small successes and keep on practicing.
Well, and this is it for this video. I really hope that you liked it, from the more beginner exercises that you can do even if you don't need a full bridge, towards the actual steps of learning a full bridge if you want it or need it. Now, if you want to support me, check out my online programs, which you can purchase on www.neilteisner.shop. Make sure to comment on this video if you liked it, if you have any topics that I should cover in the future, and of course, remember to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell to not miss any of the upcoming videos. Wishing you a happy practice and see you the next time. Ciao, ciao.